SARS now is still increasing. But Inspector General of Police has dissolved federal SARS generally. Yet, some youth still don't understand what it means. But today, Davido, with some other guys, of his friends or his followers, came to the office of Inspector General of Police, had a discussion for a very long time. Discuss how, what, when things will begin to manifest. The issue of trust, accountability came up in the discussion. This is GTV Africa. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, GTV Africa, and our Facebook page. Like the page, GTV Africa Services. Follow us for live events. Like our Facebook page, GTV Africa Services, for more information that will be coming to your way. You sit back, join the conversation full that happens in the office of Inspector General of Police with Davido and his crew. I'm Benga Olamiko. Thank you.
Invite Davido to deliver his message, and thereafter the Inspector General of Police will respond. Davido,
Okay. My message, because it's the country's message.
So introduce them. Let me know
Okay,
them.
I'm Davido, obvious. This is my sister, my older sister Sharon, and my lawyer Bubu, my manager Issa, and my cousin, and the president of my label, Tunji Adeleke. So the first reason for us coming to Abuja wasn't to really join the protest and make it more. So me, as I landed Lagos, we're driving first to the hotel, I think.
I landed Abuja.
Sorry, landed
Yes,
Abuja. On the way to the hotel, we stopped. I saw like some people, like little protest or something. But apparently those ones were pro Sars. Like even attacking like Davido, you come Abuja, come protest, blah, blah, blah. So me going to, even from Lagos, they're already telling me, if you land this Abuja and don't come and join us, they have been sleeping here for days. That was the argument we were having the whole time on the plane. You know what I'm saying? So like, IG has invited you. Simple, go and see IG and resolve it, because all the protest and seeing the number one in person is more, do you understand? It's better than just running around Lagos causing havoc. Do you understand? But in coming there, just the emotions in them were too much. When I first got to the protest, they were abusing me. You get out of here, and now they come and be. I had to beg them, like, come, let's all, because the problem in Nigeria is more than SARS. It's way more. So, like, if you start to even count the problem with Nigeria, it's more than SARS. And now, even America, Chris Brown don't call me. Everybody don't call me. What's going on in Nigeria? I'm like, do you understand? Now, for me to be the top artist here and not do anything is impossible. Left to me. And everybody just like, of course your papa get money. You guys work for the government. That's why you don't want to say anything. So I just had to make a stance. Even apart from because of that, just even for the welfare of those people. Me personally, because of who I am, I really never had a problem with police. You understand? But like, people suffer. Oh yeah. One time, somebody paid me for, I think, a club appearance or something. And the area was not a safe area. The guy even told me it was a different area. The guy paid police. They came to my house. Outside, they were shooting. My son was there, shouting Choma's name. Come outside. You, where your husband? I had to run to my daddy's house to hide. Me, Davido. This is last year. You know, we even thought they were armed robbers. You know, and people saw, even the other day, I was driving out. You see it on the internet. I was driving out. Two guys, just regular. Just on the ground, they stopped them. I told the police to release them. They released them. That is one part of the problem. So now this whole SARS they said SARS has been disbanded, which I commend you for listening to the people. I don't think there's any number one of police that's ever really listened to the people. You understand? You listening to us and you disbanded the SARS. Couple problems that they sent to me. One was the redeployment, sir. They said they want to redeploy them to other units. Number one, people were complaining. I feel, you want to tell me the whole SARS is bad? Can't tell me that. There are good people in the force. Even if they are not trained well, we can't really just, it's not fair to just sack them and say go. Everybody has families, they have kids, they have people they are taking care of. Our 5 demands, this is what. Number 1, immediate release of all arrested protesters. Yesterday, we thank God, everybody was released. But apparently, they said, in Abuja. In Lagos, there are still people arrested. Number 2, I think this is the most important point. Justice for all deceased victims of police brutality and appropriate compensations for their families. I tweeted something yesterday. I said, this, out of everything, this is the most important thing. Because even if there's reform and there's change, you cannot change a life that has been lost. That one is 100%. Number 3, setting up an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution of all reports of police misconduct within, they say within 10 days. I don't agree with that. You cannot, it's impossible to do anything within 10 days. But it's something that should be looked at. In line with the new Police Act, which they just signed, even before this, psychological evaluation and retraining of all disbanded SARS officers before they can be redeployed. I agree. So, really what they're saying here is, okay, the ones that did offense, charge them. The ones that didn't do anything, or still retrain them. Even the good ones, retrain them and then redeploy them, which is very important. I'm doing that. And this 5th one, to me, after number 2, which is justice for the deceased victims, number 5 is the most important. After that one, increase police salary so that they are adequately compensated for protecting lives and property of citizens. I've seen a video of one police barrack. A beggar cannot stay there. Do you understand? The problem is really funding, benefits, insurance, life insurance, health insurance. If the police, if they are risking their lives, obviously they should be, you know what I'm saying? So benefits, which is very important.
So to add to what David has canvassed, obviously these are things that we've been seeing all over, the internet. We've been seeing in person. I myself was privileged enough yesterday to witness a bit of the clamoring. Like David said, when we first landed in Abuja yesterday, we had one mission: to come and discuss, hopefully with the IG, and to share, what the general youth felt about the situation, what the demands were. Because one thing that is very, very easy is for people to get lost in the protest. I kid you not, yesterday, while we were on the streets, there were so many people that actually forgot what they were doing there.
I'm telling you.
So what we want to do is ensure that, okay, yes, while people are outside, making sure everybody is made aware of what is on ground, there is actual direct communication. Because it's not just about being on the streets and protesting and raising awareness. After some time, the human body can only do so much. Physically, you will get tired, people need to get back to work, need to get back to their lives. We need results. It is results that we actually want. So that is the reason why we actually came to Abuja. But as David explained, on the way, we landed. In fact, they first of all blocked our car. They nearly broke one windscreen. Davido, you, from your house, you have been, say what is going on, what is the matter? Luckily for us, as we landed, they have disbanded us. Because I won't lie to you, I was one of the people that was begging David to actually not partake in protest. Reason for this is safety of the general public. I know I've been privileged enough to witness David's arrival in various countries, in public, everywhere, all over the world. I know what his fans are capable of, and I know that we cannot control them. Some people will take something that is meant to be peaceful and turn it into something else. Before you start speaking English,
I know how many times I had to beg yesterday, like calm down, like I was looking at them, like you guys are crazy.
So before you even start speaking English, people have gone on and done whatever they want to do. Before you know it, there's a problem. Where did this stem from? Davido taken to the streets, all his fans going crazy, thinking that they are aiding in protest. Meanwhile, we're here preaching peaceful protest. So yesterday when we touched down, we just, what is going on? Tried to calm everybody down. Next thing they said, no, okay, Sars has been disbanded. What is going on now? No. They arrested 20 of us. We will not leave. What is going on? Say, no, Davido, we need you. I said, what I said? I was privileged enough to have contact with Mr. Frank Mba. I put a call through. I said, please, these people all around here, they are clamoring. we actually wish to come and address them that, look, we have a meeting with the IG, everybody just calm down, let us hear about the actual steps they intend to take towards this reform and towards making everybody believe that this SARS has actually been disbanded. Because it's not just about cancelling the name SARS and bringing another name and filling them with the same personnel. Like David explained earlier, people need to be retrained, reorientation, re-educated. And then there is appeal that we need to make to governments too. We have some meetings fixed with personnel of members of government.
Increase the
The
salary.
House of Reps, the Chief of Staff. We are dialoguing with people. We need to also get them to do better in terms of funding for the police. We know what police, we are privileged enough to be exposed. We know what police in other climes are getting to be able to put their lives on the line for this job. I'm not making any excuse for any officer that is misbehaving or extorting anybody on the street, no. But I'm saying that this is something that we can do to reduce misbehavior like this. So, that's what I was saying. We landed, he said, 20 people have been arrested. I spoke to Mr. Frank. He said, what are you saying? Okay, wait, just hold on. Let me make a call. He made a call, spoke to the commissioner, called me back. He said, there is nobody in our custody. There is nobody. What is going on? Tell them to give you a name right now. He spoke to David even right on the
Right there in
He
the.
said, David, tell them to give you a name right now and let us verify this. We kept asking.
They gave me
David,
two, but they gave me 2 names this morning.
They gave this one.
Only 2 names.
They gave names. We said, okay, everybody just wait. They said, no, we must go to Fort. We've been to Force Headquarters twice already. They chased us away. They did this. Next thing we got there, and that was where you saw the dialogue between us. We made everybody sit on one side of the road.
I can't believe I was scared for my life. I was walking, caulking, tear gas. I was like, I need. I said, now BO is Davido. Please don't come to fight, please. Oh.
And to be fair, they calmed down.
They calmed
Once
down.
they saw that everybody was not.
We all sat on the floor like we don't tire.
Once they saw that nobody was coming to try and engage them or anything, to be fair, the officers calmed down. So approached them, we discussed, and then they said, look, there are no protesters in custody. Everybody has been released. We spoke to the crowd, and that was how that actually calms down. So if it seemed like, I thought that I should make sure I put it out there. It seemed like David Leary landed there to cause trouble, even though he had no, that was not the case. So back to what David had said. These reforms, right now people are still protesting. If you check online,
Lagos is
check
crazy.
You see, Lagos right now is shut down because they still have demands.
We can't even land.
What are their demands? Their demands actually flow from a lot of what has already been done by your good selves, by the Police Act 2020, but obviously it was recently just put into place. But then they also have demands that ensure that this SARS that we have disbanded actually stays disbanded, and there is change. Now the change will not happen overnight. So part of what we have come to do here is also to appeal to the masses that please, if we can get a word from the IG letting us know that steps are being taken, they appreciate everything we have said, and they are true to these attempts to reform, then please, we also have to understand that these changes will not be made overnight. Some of them will not be made overnight. It's part of what I actually said, please let us come here, and after hearing from you, we can possibly use our platform to also get people to appreciate. And that is
Thank
a summary of
you. Thank you. Okay. You're welcome to Force Headquarters with your team. Now, let me start by saying that this is a responsive way of and respected way of dealing with things, coming to the source to find out what is happening, rather than not knowing what is happening. You go to the street, and after protesting on the street, then you now want to come and know what is happening. So this is the most respected way of doing things. So thank you for taking this step. The activities of SARS has been an issue since 2017. And all that the police authority did was to reform the unit so that to be more responsive to the society. Changes came up, and still we have challenges. So this is the first time that a decisive decision was taken to dissolve the unit. We've never done it before, and we never said it before. It was always reform, reform, reform. And why are we doing this? We are doing this because police is to serve the public, to serve the people. So if the people you are serving are saying that one of your services is not servicing us well, then we need to listen to what the public are saying and then adjust. And this is what we are doing. Is it only a change, a dissolving it and nothing will happen? Never. There is a law on robbery, there is a Robbery and Firearms Act, which must be enforced in this country. And the organization to enforce it is the Nigeria Police Force. And there must be a unit that will deal with such cases, but certainly not SARS again. So, dissolving SARS, you must have another structure that will perform that function. And that structure, we've already come up with that structure, but it is not going to be as the disbanded SARS. It is going to be an intelligence-led unit that will be trained, and they are not going to be like a routine, they will not be performing routine duties. They are only going to be a unit that will intervene when there's an intelligence on robbery cases. The moment they get the information, they operate and come out is done. The issue of any police unit at all going to look at people's telephone, which is supposed to be their private property, or looking at the type of vehicles they are using, or profiling them to see whether they are Yahoo boys or not, that era is gone. It is not acceptable. It is not what they're taught to do in terms of training. So be rest assured that everybody, both the police that were serving you, the public, and the members of the public, will see a robust unit that will be intelligence-led so as to save the law-abiding citizens of this country. SARS is disbanded, but people are still protesting. We don't understand the reason. Because when the unit is disbanded, as you rightly observe, it is not just one day that you will get effect. You will take some steps in order to put another one in place and take all the necessary corrections that should have been made so that you will have a unit that will be acceptable to everybody. This unit was disbanded yesterday. We expected that the protesters will calm down and give us chance to interface with people like you, the civil society organization, and take their input into the next structure we are bringing. But that is not done. Some people are there still going on protest. It is going to bring untold hardship to members of the public that are using the roads and going back to their jobs and the rest of them. In my speech, I spoke about justice. I said an investigation team will be constituted which will include civil society organizations in identifying all those abuses, and that those that are found culpable will be punished. This is something that has to go through court processes. If it is investigated, if the case is investigated, and it is found that the case has been made against an officer, and that officer is punished, and if we are going to talk of any compensation, let the investigation be completed first.
So they have videos. It's not even about investigation. There's videos of the officers shooting the
Yeah,
guy.
but the issue is that those videos, be careful. During general election, we saw a lot of videos. Even during the last election, we saw a video where the wife of the sitting governor was arrested. There are a lot of fake videos. Videos going about here. Just the recent one that I'm saying, the Ondo election. Did you see fake video? Did you hear that BBC even reported the wife of Akeredolu was molested? Attacked. And then the video went viral. And the woman came out to say, I was never attacked. And BBC had to apologize, and the other channel had to apologize, and the rest of it. During the general election, we had some videos that were circulating, saying that people in Kano were being shot. And then the opponents were fighting, blood was flowing, and the rest of them. And you see the videos, it's real. But when we cross-check, it was an issue that happened in Ghana a year ago before the election. But it was circulating. So what I'm saying, while we will be having, it could be true that we have genuine videos going about, but we have to cross-check so that it doesn't become a video of a case that happened 2 years or 3 years ago and is being recirculated. We have asked anybody that has any evidence, whether in video form or in written form, to get the victims to come, since there's going to be an investigative unit, investigation team to deal with the case. Let the victims or their relatives appear during the investigation so as to make case. But if you are taking a video, be careful. Videos circulating, some of them are not real. So in terms of justice, we want justice to be done. And the conclusion of the investigation team will lead to justice. Training and retraining of our officers, that is what must be done. We must do that if we want to have a professional organization like the Nigeria Police. Like I said, the unit that we're trying to bring to cover for the activities of the disbanded Sars is a unit that will never operate without being trained. We've already discussed it this morning. We have planned the training, and we believe by next week the training will start. And we will invite you people to come to the training.
I think the problem is people want to have the means.
Let me finish. So during the training, we want to invite you people to come and even talk to the officers during the training so that you know that it is real and not window dressing. Then on the release of protesters, if there's any protester that is said to have been detained anywhere, identify such a person, a name, and the station where it's kept, for us to take action. It is not just people saying, Exactly. So when you get it, the PRO is there. Let him collect it. Let us know the station. Let us know the command, and then we'll take action. So let me listen to you, Davido. You are saying something.
Thank you very
Because
much.
if you don't say something, won't allow you to leave here.
No, I will definitely say something. But you made mention of the fact that after you made the announcement that why are people still protesting? And I'd like to go as far as saying because the element of trust is not there. Number one. So it's not. We have been told so many things as a nation in Nigeria, and then there's not much accountability. So my question to you is: between now that you're creating a new task force and between the dismantling of SARS, what would you like people to say? Because a lot of people are afraid, and that's why
They're afraid of what?
They're afraid that SARS will not dismantle. They're afraid that they're going to keep on, doing their job, And so what we're asking is, now that they've been dismantled, what exactly does that mean? Are they all reporting somewhere? Do you understand?
No, okay. SARS are police officers.
Okay.
They are
If
just,
we as the public, we don't see that, see it that
Me,
way.
I feel like the first thing, all the sergeants should first sit in their house first.
no, wait.
First.
Come,
Our
listen.
team, first.
Listen.
Because of the anger of people.
No,
first.
listen. You ask questions you want to know.
Yes, sir.
And I'm happy you are here, and ask any question you want to know so that,
We can pass it on.
yes, that trust is true. The trust gap is wide.
Breakdown.
Yes, and that we must bridge that mistrust in the system. SARS, members of SARS are just ordinary members of the Nigeria police. General duty that they can work anywhere. They are only given special training to deal with violent crime. That's why you are posted to that unit. So if you are no more in that unit, certainly you must continue to perform police duties in another assignment.
So I think that's
I'm
where
coming,
the
I'm
problem-
That's the
coming,
problem.
I'm
That's
coming,
the problem.
I'm coming.
Me, I think I want the sergeant to first meet.
Wait, wait, let me educate you. It's what you feel should be done, but we're telling you that you don't waste your money. You have, okay, you are deployed to fight robbery, and you are found to be wanting your work in tackling robbery is not yielding result. So we shouldn't deploy you to another place to perform another function. You can be deployed to another place to perform another function. If you stay at home, what is the meaning?
You're collecting salary.
What is the meaning?
At least people will feel like
No,
they're going to do it.
like the issue is that if they're redeployed and they start working immediately, so when does the training happen?
Training
When
of what?
does the retraining happen?
Me, I'm saying all the questions that you say. when we
You are also missing it. You are looking at it in a narrow form, while me, I'm looking at it as a head of the police, okay? A unit is disbanded. You got to have another structure that will deal with violent crime. And that structure is being formed now, which I told you during the training you'll be invited also to be part of it, to see that it is not a joke. It's something serious. Now, these people that we are bringing to retrain, they are still members of the Nigeria police. We are not carrying them from outside. Training and retraining is a constant process. If I'm to retrain detectives, there's a schedule for that training for the year. If I'm to train anti-robbery squad or whatever squad we're doing, there's a schedule of training for that for the year. If I'm to train peacekeepers, the same thing. So it is not a one-time activity. Just like you said, within the SARS personnel, there are good ones and there are bad ones. And it is the bad ones that have
I
caused
think all the bad ones, the good ones will suffer.
So,
Exactly.
But the issue, sir, is that you understand it
People
from
will
a
listen, people
molecular
don't hear.
side. As far as the outside is concerned, all it looks like is that they've been moved. This scheduling, with all due respect, sir, is when it's not a state of national security, which it is now, is becoming that. Because if they just move and they are scheduled to have training, the issue is that it's not being dealt with now. They still have the same mindset, and I think that is the problem that the youth are having. So you move them, so we get the bad ones from somewhere else, they've now relocated to us. But that is what I'm saying, sir, that is the way it's being communicated, that is what is being received.
But
which is why
who
people
is
are
sending
not
the
backing
message?
down.
That word redeployment.
Is the issue, and that is why people are
And
not
again,
backing down.
first of all the SARS people that kill people, they have been brought to justice. Well, and if
Davido,
yes, sir.
the essence of investigation is to do what? Eh?
That's fine.
Sorry,
Oh, wait, let me finish. The essence of investigation is to do what? To find offenses committed and to find the culprits and punish the culprits. That is addressing those people, what they have done, they should be punished. That's one. Two, what do you understand by the deployment?
What I feel, at least based on the information I've gotten today, is that this deployment is what is going to happen eventually.
After they are training and retraining.
I understand. So what I'm saying is, before they're redeployed, before they're trained and retrained, are they just left on the streets? That is why people are still rioting.
No, okay, yeah,
protesting.
okay, let me explain to you. You also didn't understand my messages.
I didn't.
Uh-huh.
I
If
didn't.
you did, you wouldn't have asked these questions.
People don't want it.
No, let him finish. Because
Let's
what
tell
I'm
the
saying
truth
is,
here.
if I don't understand,
Let's tell the truth here. People don't want them again. Even this can people, all of you, because you don't want them again.
David, wait. If I
don't want redeployment, may they sack
understand,
everybody.
if I don't understand,
Yes.
if I don't understand, a lot of people equally don't understand.
So let me explain to you.
That's what-
Let me explain to
Because
you.
they'll continue. Me, I'm here.
Davido, what do you understand by redeployment? Listen, let me explain to you what redeployment is.
Yes, you can't. It's not like I'm here for the people. You know.
Listen to me. They are here if you understand, the people will understand. Okay? If you understand, you'll be able to tell them.
But I don't understand.
So let me explain to you. The deployment, they have already been removed from the Sars. It means they are no more there. So
I
the
have
moment,
3 SARS friends that still working today.
what,
I would say that, yes, SARS still working today. I would say that anymore.
when was the unit dissolved?
Yesterday.
So it means
No, we want
So,
zero.
sir, please finish your thought. You said that you deployed me, they've been removed from the department.
so they are no more there. The moment you remove somebody from where he's working and it's not out
So
of the
where
system,
are they working?
this is what we are going to do to push them to colleges for training and retraining.
So I think the issue now is a communication issue, sir. I believe that the police force and the police, I feel like you guys have not clearly stated that to people. I think it would really, really help
Okay, help
for
us.
people to know.
Yes, we will do that, but help us. So that's why you are here.
Okay, my
You
final
get it?
question,
So when you
sir.
understand it, you'll be able to send the message. And what you don't understand,
If we help you guys do it and it doesn't happen, everything will
That's
continue.
all right.
no. Davido,
Yes, sir.
I thought we are here to help Nigerians,
Yeah.
not for us to protect ourselves, but to do something that will help the society. You are coming here is to tell the truth. Don't lie to anybody. Say this is the way you went, this is the way you understood it, and this is your own message. Don't protect me.
Yes, sir.
Don't protect anybody, but say the truth. Okay? And if you say the truth, people will abuse you, as you are observing. It means you are only afraid of your image rather than protecting the whole country.
No.
I think we just need to see some proof.
I'm not protecting my image. Me, God has
I
blessed
think
me. So
if we
it's
see
not that.
something, we
What
can say
I'm
we
saying is,
see.
people do not
exactly.
want SARS again.
There's no
but
SARS.
There's no SARS.
There's still SARS. There is SARS. No one.
Okay, listen.
So you're saying take off the SARS and give them police uniform. That's what you're saying. Sack everybody. Let them go home first.
Okay.
You know, if everybody go and sit down, even the good ones, if the good ones suffer because of what the bad ones did, Nigerians will even appreciate that.
So it means you too, you don't still also understand. You still have that feeling that
You lack the trust in our country.
yes, exactly. You still have that feeling.
It's
Like,
over- it's
yes,
over-
yes, let him
it's
talk.
over a matter of time. Accountability and trust. Nigerian youth do not trust anybody. You have been told so many lies. So, okay, the press conference has happened. SARS is over. Like you said to us before, David is here because he does not understand the message. of the
Exactly,
pastor.
exactly.
So, it's not our duty. Yes, we are here to help and speak for our people. But we need to know okay, this is what is going on. These are the steps we will take.
But that, no, wait, Judah. But I thought this is what we're explaining to you to understand. The
Okay,
step
one
that-
of the demands that they are really demanding for, they say within 10 people. Just within 10 minutes. There should be a panel. There should be a panel.
But did
so
you
that
listen to my
everybody-
speech?
I listen.
If you listen, it is already there.
But they want to see the panel. Yeah, where is the panel?
Let us not talk like we are in a secondary school.
It needs to I understand that it needs
Thank you,
time.
thank
Yes.
you.
I think the issues, because you said they're going to do investigation. What it was is that from the first time SARS has been reported, there was no real public show or follow through for the investigations then. Are you understanding? So apart from the investigations they are doing now, we would like to see, okay, can we say a few cases that were actually settled? Even if they were, the public were not told about it. So when you're only being fed one narrative, you're going to conclude for everybody. So as I said once
So,
again,
no, let me,
communication
there's communication problem and there's that trust.
and
okay.
And
accountability.
again, the
Davido, let me finish
Okay,
this before
sorry.
you go to the next one. There's issue of communication gap and
And
accountability.
accountability.
Exactly. Which needs to be addressed, which needs to be put in order collectively. You rightly pointed out that in the past, we've been hearing A, B, C, D have been taken and nothing. But as I again told you, in the past you never heard that this unit has been dissolved. This is the first time. And we are also telling you that an investigation team is set up which will not only comprise police officers but other civil society organizations like you, like those other activists, some of them, to be part of it. Why do we put them to be part of it? For transparency. To see that investigation started up to the conclusion, those people that have been found wanting are punished. That had never happened before, and we're doing it now. And we also said that since SARS has been disbanded, their personnel are redeployed, which means what? Since it doesn't exist again, you don't allow the personnel to sit down doing nothing. Since the place doesn't exist, you have to assign them to another work to do. And when you are assigning them, if they are going to a new place, they must have training on how to operate in that place. Not just going there, yes. So these are the things that we say. And from our discussion now, I believe you two didn't get the picture. Maybe when I was making the statement, you were in the air, coming here. And if you that even didn't go to the street have not gotten this, it means those in the street even don't know.
100% correct.
They don't understand what you have said. Which means collectively we must educate our youth to say that there are processes that we need to follow. Since this thing is disbanded, what next? Do we allow that space to be empty where robbery will take place and the rest of them? No. So another unit is being created. And that unit will be trained adequately before being deployed. And even at the course of the training, some of you will be invited to the training ground to sit down, even say your mind, talk of human rights and other things. And the moment they are done, they now deployed fresh people, fresh orientation, intelligence-led operation. You can't come to the road and say you are checking people's telephone or their laptops or whatever. Then those that were there before and the investigation has found them wanting, they are punished. If this has never happened before, we're telling you that we're now taking a decisive actions to deal with this. But it is not one day you do it. You have to, just we did it yesterday, so you have to give us time to have it go through, so that at the end we'll have the police that everybody will be happy with. This same police that we're talking about in Nigeria is the same police that does some police duties outside this country. And it is the same police that gets a lot of commendation for performing very well outside this country. But within our country, it's a different case. So what is the reason? This is why you people have to be asking questions. What is the reason? What is causing all these things? So let us work together and resolve some of the challenges we found out. What will stop Davido? Wait. What will stop Davido from saying, "I've identified that police officers are lacking in so areas. Let me organize my group and look for resources to cover that, even if it is something little you did in trying to capacitate the work of police within your area. You've done something. Rather than always saying you didn't do well, this guy is bad, and the rest of them. Let's work together and correct it. No, but have we understood first my speech?
Yes.
You've understood? Okay, if you understood my speech, let's talk within that. As you do.
Yes. No, I want to say that I appreciated what you said in terms of obviously us needing to be careful to not leave a void that will open us up to armed robbery and whatnot. And I appreciate the fact that it's something that cannot be done overnight. I fully appreciate that. Looking at that picture, because I think, like you also mentioned earlier, one thing we need to focus on, one is the communication, and two, the transparency. I think, sir, you need to be more transparent in what you're doing. That is one thing that people have also really come up with. Let people openly see the arrest and investigation and prosecution of these policemen that have done some of these offenses. Let people get constant updates on these so-called reforms that they are being promised. Let them not just hear one statement here and then we expect them to just go to sleep and then we come back to 2 weeks later. I think because we also need to appreciate the mental state of the masses more.
And I agree with you, absolutely. I agree with you. There must be, one is the trust. The trust, yes. The trust is not there, and we must bridge it. And in trying to bridge it, there are a lot of things to be done, and which we are looking at that. And in doing that, it is not going to be only the police that will do that. Members of the society, including you people, will have to be involved. The communication gap must be bridged also. It's just like I said, if you are interested in something, you will concentrate to know what is coming out of that. If you are not interested, whatever that organization or person says to you is just nothing. Just for example, the statement I made yesterday, those that are interested, are genuinely interested, they know that that is the right direction, that is the right step to take it. Those that are not interested, they didn't even care to know what the IG said. And up to now, they don't even care what the IG said. So that communication gap, and then we need to be genuine in our intention, because we have, the country belongs to all of us. We must make it better, and in doing so, where we have challenges, we must work together to address it. Just the way we are doing this, we are doing it now. So Davido, I hope you have, I want to have more of you people coming, so that maybe through you two, that communication gap can be reduced.
As we talk after, so there should be a portal that all of us can always talk.
Okay. And
And
then,
it's update.
yes, and then, please, inform your, the youth outside there. They should give us time to implement what we have said we are going to do. That they should disabuse their mind from the notion or impression that they had of what happened in the past, because of lack of transparency, as you said.
Sorry, sir. If you can get the time to work.
When are we checking back?
Davido, government work or dealing with members of the public is not a mathematics. This training we say we are going to start next week. of the
Yeah,
new people.
That's what I'm saying, like,
That is solid.
Yeah.
The masses don't know that training is starting yet.
Yeah. But I told you people we're also going to invite you. So it is not something that is, I cannot say I disbanded SARS and then I fold my hands. What if robbery
So
starts?
that's how it seems, sir.
That's how your impression. That's the impression you have.
Conversation has to end.
No, but let them
Okay,
understand.
we should leave.
Let them understand first, Piero.
No, we really understand, and I don't mean to offend you, sir, but it's the reality.
See, there's no more important matter than this
Because
matter
he's
in
offended.
Nigeria.
He's offended.
No, it's not offended.
It's the reality.
Yes, he's offended.
No,
You
no,
can
no.
see you're
But
offended.
it is the reality.
You are correct.
Do you know, and I'm highly intelligent and learned, and there's a lot of people that are not learned, so you can, and that are suffering it.
I agree with
And
you.
now, sorry, sir, even on camera, that let's see.
So,
this
so
thing
as
go
we
on.
would have said, they're disbanding and going for retraining is different from disbanding and have been redeployed. People don't understand that. inside of
Okay, I agree with you. I agree
There's
with you.
training, so that information needs to go out.
I agree with you because people have different way of understanding. But I'm very, very happy that you came.
Thank you very
And I'm
much.
happy I came because I understand more.
Yes.
Me too, I understand.
Because you ask questions so as to bridge the gap of what you are thinking. If it is disbanded, the people are redeployed. What is the meaning of redeployment? Does that mean they are somewhere doing the same job? This is what you are thinking. But that is not the meaning of our redeployment, as you explained. And then, but let's work together. Piero, we need to develop something with him and others on how to bridge communication gap. So, Piero, I don't know what you discuss with him, what kind of platform or forum we can create, just to. Eh?
So
Panel.
no, there are things we can do.
Uh-huh.
There are
So
many
that
things we
so
can
that
do.
we can hear from you.
That's
We
why I
can
say
hear
a
from you.
panel every quarter.
No, I'm around, I'm leaving tomorrow.
So you discuss. Let's create that platform. But what I want you to understand is that don't look at us as police at the other side. Then yes, no, this is your police. Even if we are not there, you are going to bring new police officers, still going to be from the society. We are not going to bring an American here to be your police officer. So look at us as your police officers, and at the same time, what you see that will improve the system, you should always work on that. That's why that platform is
Actually,
very
this sit down alone will calm so many things.
exactly.
Just dialogue.
Yes. 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 So we want you to assist us to that. Davido came to see the IG. He had discussion with the IG, and this is what the IG said. There's no any going to be gap. These people redeployed doesn't mean that they are kept somewhere to do the same job. No. This the new unit we are getting is a unit that we start training and retraining, and during the training.
Who's also supervised.
No, not supervising. You are coming to talk.
I can't supervise.
It's not supervising. You are coming there to talk.
You know, let me music with the play there.
I get many talent.
You are coming there to talk so that you will also interface.
And also, I also feel there should be an independent body apart outside the police that is also
To do what?
also to oversee the
Not even oversee, just to be able to know that things are going
okay,
on.
there has to be that's what there has
No,
to be.
why do, say your mind.
Like
Why
an
do,
independent panel apart from obviously the police will have their own
So
panel.
if you guys don't follow through, sorry sir, there should be a way that we should be able to call you out and
so,
ask for accountability
I said,
and what the
yes,
plan
I
is.
said platform will be created. You alone, you are going to have platform with
100%.
us.
Yeah.
So from there, you can be giving us feedback.
Yes,
IG, you say you are going to do ABC. We are still waiting to see this and that.
sir. Yes, thank you.
You get
Like
it?
that.
Yeah. Yes, because believe me, we are here for you. We are your police officers. We are not police officers of anybody outside this country. We are not police officers of Cameroon or any other.
Everybody needs to be like that, not just the
Eh?
Everybody needs to be like that.
Yeah, so I'm sending the message. You should also send the message. And then the moment you send the message, others will also carry it. Because we need a peaceful country.
It's going to be like you talk to your people, they don't have to talk to people. Like every update, hey, how are you, man, my fellow Nigerians? But even if it's Instagram live, says because
So,
just
Piero,
Instagram live.
Davido is talking to you now.
No problem.
More communication.
What we do all that.
Even before the
Yeah, you need
disband.
like
Sir,
today.
let me also just make this point. There's something the idea approved, which we already implement. The police has already established a unit called the police counseling and support unit. The police counseling and support unit is the brainchild of the police medical department. The police counseling and support unit is adopting a multi-sectoral approach in handling and profiling its own personnel. So what we do then essentially is what we call psychological profiling. And in the police counseling and support unit, you have members, experts drawn from the medical profession, psychiatric professions, psychologists, psychiatrists, public relations, sociologists, social workers, and these are people that are working in the police support, police counseling and support unit. And so, apart from the trainings and the training of these personnel that we are pulling out from the defunct Sars, they will also undergo this form of profiling by the police counseling and support unit, and a new set of people that will now form the fulcrum of a new unit, a new policing arrangement to actually take over the kind of roles that the front Sars was playing before, will also be subjected to this form of psychological profiling. So I think just time that we need. I mean, you can't expect, this is like building.
Of course.
You can have a beautiful, the idea has a beautiful picture of what you want. It has the drawing, it has the architectural design, it has everything. But you guys have to give us time so that the blocks will be laid gradually. So we don't, if you rush us through this, we make mistakes, and then we return back to the same cycle. So we need time, we need support, we need to build trust. You say there's no trust, we need to build trust. You have to earn it. You don't get it overnight. You don't switch it on and switch it off like light. And what we're doing today, that the IG is sitting with you, is also a trust building process. I mean, so you've not sat down with them to talk to him before. He's just doing that. So I'm sure that's trust building, that's confidence building. And the IG has told me clearly that I should meet with as many diversified stakeholders as possible. I have his support to go out there to meet with young people from diverse backgrounds. And I'm saying this for the youth out there to know. We're not just going to end up with meeting Davido. We are ready to meet with as many others as possible, because we need as many persons as possible to be in this ship for us to get in the direction we go. So if I have the permission of the IG, because while I was doing this, it's not because I'm not comfortable with this conversation, it's because the very nature of the IG's office, we have scheduled so many appointments for him to pay. And it will also lead to a breakdown of trust. If people travel from the back and come in here, you keep them for 4 hours, they end up not being able to see the IG. It falls back to public relations crisis. So it's better he sees everybody. There are lots of people waiting for him. So I want to thank
On this
you.
same
No,
matter.
no, what, Pharaoh,
That's what I'm saying.
On this same
Not
matter.
on this same
That's
matter.
the only matter
This is an
that's
Even on this same matter.
Pharaoh,
You know,
Okay,
between two of us, that you know that there are some other persons on this same matter.
about the big.
okay, no problem. Pharaoh, you are correct. You see, I can,
Start from our own first.
I can,
Is it your life?
I can spend all my time with Davido if he, as I'm talking to 5 of them, like I'm talking to millions of Nigerians,
Yes.
because he has a lot of followers.
The most in Africa.
So the moment,
The most. It's not a lie now, but I'm doing truthful.
listen, so the moment they get, the moment he gets the message, he sends it out there. He has done his part. We'll get another group and explain to them. When they understand, they send the message that they have done their part. So, like the other group, there's another group of civil society organization that I have to see over the same issue. Because I want everybody to be part of it, part of the solution. That's why I'm doing all these things. At the end of the day, the end result should be what we expect from this country. So, Davido, thank you for coming. I just want you to send the message that we are in for the reform. This is the first time Sars was disbanded, and we are coming up with structure. We are coming up with the structure to deal with the unit that has been disbanded. The investigation team has been set up to punish those officers that are found wanting, and that civil society organization, we must interface with them on constant basis. The one group is a group that we must do on constant basis, just like we get other groups. That's why I said we should create something, platform, so that whatever you get from your supporters, post to us, then we also look at it and give you feedback.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you. So, next.
Second link and
Davy, please, what is your takeaway from here?
I feel like the job is not done, but at least we've taken a step. With the redeployment, the main thing that spoke about was the redeployment of the police and increasing police welfare, which is the main problem. I feel like police might be underpaid. In other countries, police have benefits, insurance, blah 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 blah. So I spoke with that with the IG. Also, the redeployment, people are not really. We need transparency. We need truth. We need to see. We need to see the officers that did the offense to be brought to justice first. Accountability. The reform. We need to see it. We're setting up. IG has given me assurance and directive to set up my own panel, independent panel, that will be overseeing the retraining and redeployment of SARS. But SARS is over. There should be no reason. If any police tell you to bring your phone, that is done. But I'll be speaking more on it. But it's the first step. There's still a lot to do. But we're taking the first step. I don't think there's ever been any instance where somebody like me has sat down directly with the IG to talk. So at least there's dialogue now. So I appeal to my people out there that they have listened to us. I'm not with them. They have listened to us. Let's give them time. It's not a long time, but to reform and do things. One Nigeria, together,